Okay guys, just gather around quickly please and then we'll start our warm-up. Now let's be honest with ourselves. Things have fallen away just a little bit these last few weeks. Now, we're 2 games back of the Paderborn Untouchables and they're coming to our house today. This is a massive, massive opportunity. We win these 2 games, then we're right back in this divisional race. We're in pole position as a matter of fact. Now, I know that you're all very, very keen to play some playoff baseball this season. Well, guess what guys? This is playoff baseball. Now, Hoff, you're going game 1, mate. We're putting our best against their best. We're going to show them who's better, alright? Come on. Hi guys, I'm Aussie and welcome to episode 11 at the Berlin Flamingos on the Baseball Journeyman, and today we are playing the Paderborn Untouchables. It is a massive, massive game, a massive series against the division-leading Untouchables. You can see here we have dropped off a little bit since last episode, and I'll show you exactly what's happened in just a second here. But basically, we had 2 games off top of the division. We have 2 games at home against Paderborn, and this is absolutely mammoth. If we can win both games, which is a massive ask against the team that has been the stars of the division for pretty much eternity, it seems like. If we can win both games, though, we would go equal on them, in the record, and then it's a run home then, and we played a lot of easier teams at that point. So, it's a massive, massive series. Now, you can see the way everything is shaping up here. The bats are still going well. Mills Jr. batting just under 500. Drew Campbell and Prade over 400 as well. Home runs have dried up a little bit this season. But as long as we're getting the runs across, then that's fine, isn't it? You can see here on most of the stats, we're first or second, third on some of the pitching stats. But we're a decent team this year. We really are. Where we do let ourselves down is the bullpen. You can see the ERAs in the bullpen aren't fantastic. But they're certainly not the worst. A little bit of news regarding Wendermeyer. We have extended his contract. There is a Discord channel. You would have seen that earlier today that I posted that we've extended him. So that's good. He's going to be around. It says he's a free agent here for 3 years. So we've got him for another 3 years. He's been a really good bullpen addition for us. So as long as his numbers are good, we'll keep him. And the fact he's German means he should be tradable if we can get a little bit better than him in the future. So that is that. Let's go and have a quick look at the schedule to see how we've been going. Now, we did, of course, leave off with the Bond series. We lost a narrow one in Game 1. And unfortunately, Game 2, it was another narrow defeat. It was a decent effort. They were just a little bit too good for us. You can see they out-hit us 10-6. If we look at the pitching, Benninghoff, went 6.2 innings, 3 earned runs. French Fries came in, did really, really well. 2 innings, 0.1 innings, only 1 hit. He absolutely was fantastic, which is unlike him. But yeah, they were just that little bit too good for us in this one, so that was a shame. Then we went and played Cologne in a series. Now, they're a struggling team, but we did manage to do a double over them. Game 1 here, we definitely rode our luck in this one. You can see they out-hit us 11-9. We did get the job done, though, in a tight one, to be completely honest with you. So it was a decent enough performance from us. And we can see Coletti went 5.1 with 3 earned runs. Bronkhorst, not the best, 2 innings to 3 earned runs, but then Martinez and Gosh closed it up for us nicely. And we did get, as I said, a narrow win thanks to 4 runs in the bottom of the 8th. And that was there was Asher, the backup catcher, with a triple, run-scoring triple, and Roshek with a run-scoring single amongst the RBIs in that one. Game 2 of the series was a little bit more comfortable. We out-hit them. We won 7-3. They got 2 of their runs late. So, it was a relatively good Benninghoff, the Hoff, 8 innings, 3 earned runs, and then Wendermeyer came out and closed it out for us, which was brilliant. That brought us to the Dortmund series. Game 1, the bullpen absolutely killed us in this one. Look at that. 6 runs in the 6th, 2 in the 7th. And we just couldn't recover from that, unfortunately. It was an even game. You can see 11 hits to 10. But if I remember correctly, I think if we do scroll down here to have a look at the pitching, you can see Kowole with 3 RBIs. He hit a home run in this one with 2 on, which is with 3 RBIs, obviously. Mills, 3 for 5, had a good day. But if we go down, look at the bullpen here. French Fries, 5 runs, 2 of them earned, 3 walks in there as well. Martinez, who's usually very reliable for us, gave up 3 earned runs as well. The bullpen just killed us in this one. But Oh, did we get some revenge? 21-5 in the second game, including 9 runs in the 8th, 23 hits, 21 runs. Absolutely amazing stuff. And look at some of these hitting numbers here. Campbell, 4 for 6 with 4 RBIs. 4 for 7 for Mills with 3 RBIs. And it just keeps going down. Burrow, the second baseman, 4 for 4 with 2 RBIs. Kinnapin with 4 RBIs. The shortstop who barely knows what a baseball bat is. And the pitching wasn't too bad. The Hoff gave up 2 earned runs in 6.1s. Bronkhorst gave up 2 in 2.2 innings. But to be honest, the game was done, so it didn't matter too much. So that brings us to the Paderborn series. So we've won, was it 3 of 5 since last episode, which is just about above 500, obviously. It just makes this a huge series. It's a massive, massive series. So let's go and have a look at the team. Oh, one other thing I did want to catch you up on. We do have a trainer now. What I did was suggested to me in the comments is we basically went into commissioner mode just so we could get a trainer. It was just the trainer that was available. I didn't sort of go and jinx it, or not jinx it, but rig it, I guess, and hire a very good trainer. He's still rubbish. But yeah, so we got him, and just to sort of prove that we are out of commissioner mode now, if we go to game settings, and is it league settings? How do you get into, I don't even know how you get into commissioner mode. That told you something, doesn't it? I can't even find where I found commissioner mode before, but anyway, take my word for it, we are out of commissioner mode, and if you want me to prove it, just tell me where to find it, and I'm more than happy to do that. Where is it? It's up here somewhere, isn't it? I'm sure that's where I clicked it. But anyway, let's not waste time looking for it. We are out of commissioner mode now. Anyway, let's have a look at the lineups for game 1 of the game against, or series to say, against the Untouchables. And this is it. We can see the Untouchables very much win a lot of these matchups, but Roshek leads us off. He's a designated hitter. It's going to be Drew Campbell batting second in left field. The catcher Byron Mills bats third. Prade moves up the order. He bats 4 in right field for this one. Burra moves up the order batting... Prada is at 4, Brewer is at 5 at second base. Van Menzel at 6, he's in centre field. Kawole drops down the order, not having the best of times, but he is still a dangerous hitter, so he's at first base, bats 7. Friedendorfer drops down to 8 at third base. Kinnapin, the shortstop, bats 9. It's the Hoff, Tyler Benninghoff, who takes the mound for us. We're up against Jake Howell for them. ERA so far this season of 1.69, which is obviously very good. A whip below 1 as well. ERA plus of 3.87, a WAR of 3.1. He's very, very good. But we're sending our ace against him. Let's see how we do. Alright then, here we go. The Baseball Journeyman is back. It's good to have it back. And let's see what we can do against the Untouchables. Basically, this is a very, very much an all or nothing play. Typically what I do is I do send Coletti against their number 1 starter. Well, especially the good teams, but most of the time Coletti's better. If it's the weaker teams, he's better anyway, to try and make sure game 2 is a little bit more of a lock, sending the Hoff against their second starter. But this one, we've got to go for it. We need to beat them twice, so Benninghoff is over centre field's head. We're sending out our best guy against their best guy, and it may well end up losing both games, but I feel like it's a risk we have to take. That is ideally, though, not the start we wanted. Now, the Hoff is coming up on a record of 100 strikeouts for the season. He now has 98. I whacked my knuckle off the desk there. I don't know if you could hear that, but that tickled. So yeah, 98 strikeouts he has now for the year. It's Arteaga that comes up. Their designated hitter batting .435 this season. Let's see what the Hoff can do with him. There's another strikeout. That's 99 for the season. Is he going to get it in the first innings? It's Ian Post, who is an absolute star of the league, batting .370 this season. He was the MVP last year, and he walks. 2 on, 2 out for Emeke, however you say that. He is batting .382 this season. This is a massive batter in the game already. It's a first pitch swing. It's popped up. It should be caught out there by Drew Campbell. It is, and that ends the first innings. We get away with it. 2 base runners, but no runs across. And let's see what we can do with the bat now. Roshek leads us off, batting .381 this season. Down a little bit from last year, but obviously batting .380 odd is still a very good season. Let's see what we can do with their pitcher. Roshek grounds at the second base, and that is going to be 1 pitch, 1 out, unfortunately. Next up, it is Campbell. Now, Campbell needs 1 triple to break the single season club record. Burra is in a similar situation, but of course that is not going to be a triple. That is going to be the second out. And The pitcher's only throwing 3 of them. We'd really like him to throw a few more to get the outs here. It's Byron Mills Jr. who is batting 4. What's he batting? It's amazing. He's on a 17-game hit streak as well. Make that an 18-game hit streak as Mills Jr. gets himself a 2-out single, which brings Prade to the plate. Let's see what he can do. He's batting .411 so far this season. Come on, Prade. Oh, they've hit him. Suddenly we have 2 on, 2 out for Burra. Now, Burra is the other one, of course, who is a triple away from breaking a club record, a single-season club record. Let's see what he can do. Come on, Leo. Drive in some runs for us, mate. He has popped it up, and that'll do it. It is scoreless, both teams with a hit, and the Hoff is going to have to come back out now. Let's see if he can get this 100th strikeout for the season up against Porter, who's only batting .226. Now, that's really poor for the Untouchables. And there it is, 100 strikeouts for the season. Now, bearing in mind, of course, Abar, what his name was last season, was it 120-something, 127 or so strikeouts for the year? So the Hoff looks as though he is going to absolutely smash that record, because we're only just past the halfway point in the season. So he could easily find himself with 200 strikeouts, which is absolutely insane. Unfortunately, Lewin's got himself on base. That brings up Bergman, who's batting .255 this season. A little bit less than that now. There's another strikeout for the Hoff. And that is 2 away with the runner at first for Hansen, who's only batting .170 this year. Why do you even bother? I don't know. Don't badmouth him before he's out. There's the pop-up. It should be caught out there in centre field by Van Menzel. There it is. And that is the end of the second innings. The Hoff has got himself through 2. Let's see what Van Menzel can do now with the bat. Batting .300 on the nose so far this year. 1 the nose the count. Come on, son. He's hit it. Oh, well hit, but to first base. And pitcher goes across, covers it, and that is 1 away. Again, only facing 2 pitches, though. We need to get this pitch count up. Kowole now, who's batting .241 this year. But when he hits it, it tends to leave the stadium. And he gets himself on base. All right, we'll take that. Nicely done. And it is Friedendorfer, who started the season really well, but he has dropped off a little bit, only batting .288 now. 0-2's the count, and Friedendorfer strikes out, which brings up Kinnapin, the shortstop, batting .260, and to be honest, surprising me so far this year. That's not going to surprise too many, though. Ground ball to second, over to first, and that does it for the second innings. Still tied at 0. It's going to be the Hoff coming back out. Of course, the problem here is going to be pitch count. Hoff has probably thrown twice the amount of pitches that their guy has. That's a bunt that's been laid down. Hoff goes over, gets it to first. That's 1 away. Perfect stuff. It's Liffen, this guy who's 0 for 1 today in a hot streak. And that is a walk. A 1-out walk for Latifi. Let's go with that. And it brings up Ortega now, who's 0 for 1 today. The designated hitter. 0-2's the count. That is popped up. Prade in right field should have a simple catch. He does, and that's 2 away. Runner goes back to first. And can we get through 3? It's Ian Post in the way of us keeping this thing scoreless. They go for the steal at second, and they get there. So the runner moves into scoring position with a full count and 2 out. Come on, Hoff. He strikes him out. Go on, Hoffy. All right, we are through 3 pitching innings. Can we take a lead in the bottom of the innings, though? It is Roshek who's 0 for 1 today. 3-1 is the count. He has got himself a base hit, a single out there into left field, and the leadoff man is aboard. And we know he's quick, and he can steal a base as well. It's Drew Campbell who's 0 for 1 today, batting, of course, .467 for the season. 1-1's the count. He lays down a bunt. Roshek's going to get to second. Oh, it's an error. Roshek's going to go to third. Campbell's going to get to second. Can Roshek score on that? No, he cannot. All right, now can we make them pay for that error? Suddenly we have no one out. Runners at second and third. Byron Mills, who has our hit so far today. Full count on the catcher. And he walks to load the bases for Julian Prade. He got hit last time. Take your revenge, mate. 0-2's the count. And Prade swings through strike 3. 1 away. Burra now, who's 0 for 1. 2-0's the count. Come on, Leo. Leo gets a good hit. It's going to get to the fence. That's going to score 2. It might score 3. Is this going to be a triple? No, it's not. And it is. It's going to go for a triple. He's only going to get the double. But it does score 3 runs. Leo Burra with a 3 RBI double. He gets himself thrown out at third, which was a little bit silly. But that's 2 out, 3-0 lead for Van Mensel now, who's coming in with the bases empty. And he gets himself a swinging bunt, and that'll do it for the third. But we are 3-0 up. We make them pay full price for that error. And it's Hoff to continue to Ameke. He is 0 for 1 today. 1 and 2's the count. Come on, Hoffy. Oh, it's up the middle. That's going to be a leadoff single for the Untouchables. Not ideal. Not ideal. Maybe we can just get a double play out of that, though. Porter comes up. He's 0 for 1 today. Full count on him. He swings through strike 3. Excellent stuff, Hoff. He's 64 pitches in, though, so that's not ideal. Lewin comes in the bat. He's 1 for 1 today. He has grounded. That could be a double play. Burra over to Kinnapin, and Kinnapin over to first. That does it for the fourth. 2 outs for 1 pitch there. That's excellent stuff. And can we extend our lead now? It's Kawole who got walked the first time around. Let's see what he can do this time. 1-0 is the count. He has got a good piece of it. It's sailing. It's sailing. It's over center field's head. And Kawole is going to stand at second. Excellent stuff for him. And it's a leadoff double. Now this gives us a really good opportunity now to try and extend the lead here. Friedendorfer, who's 0 for 1 today. 3 and 1's the count. Friedendorfer down towards third base. Kawole goes back to second, and that is 1 away. Kinnapin now is going to come up. He's 0 for 1 today. Can he drive in a run? Come on, Nico. He has, again, it's carbon copy, straight down to third base, over to first. Kawole goes back to second, and we're 2 down, and it's Roshak, who's 1 for 2. Can he drive in the run? He has popped it up. That looked very, very low inside. It was inside. I don't know if it was high or low, but anyway, it shouldn't have been swung at. And that does it for the innings. We're still 3-0 up. We're through 4. And the Hoff is going to come back out here and hopefully have a nice innings for us. It's Bergman who's 0 for 1. 3-0's the count, and we lose the leadoff man in 4 pitches. That's not what we need to be doing. Hansen comes up. He's 0 for 1 today. 1 and 2's the count. Hansen pops it up. Priday's there. Should have a simple catch in right field. Runner should hopefully stay at first. He does, and that's 1 away. Back to the top of the order for Cardozo, who is 1 for 2. 1 and 2's the count. Make that 1 and 3 because he is struck out. 7 strikeouts now for Hoff. And it's Latifi coming back up. He's 0 for 1. 0 and 2's the count. And that is ripped down towards third base. We cannot make the play. Looked like it went straight through Friedendorfer there. But it is 2 out with 2 on now for Tenga, who is 0 for 2 today. Come on, Hoff. That should do it. That should do it. Over to first, mate. Go on, Hoff. Get him. He does. And that gets us through the top of the 5th. Still with a 3-run lead. Drew Campbell to lead us off. He's 0 for 1 today. 3 and 1's the count. Can he get himself on base? Come on, Drewy boy. He does. He draws the leadoff walk. Campbell stands at first. And it's Byron Mills Jr. now with no one out, 1 on to see what he can do. Mills Jr. hits it down into left field. That is going to get Campbell to third, is it? No, he stays at second. But with no one out, runners at second and third, it's going to be Prade now with a chance to drive in some runs. He's 0 for 1 today. Prade. Oh, he's hit it really well into the red gloves at left center. It's going to the fence. It's going to score 1. Is it going to score Mills as well? I think it is. No, it's not. Just the 1. But it's an RBI double for Prade. We're 4-0 up now against the Untouchables. And it's Leo Burra, who is 1 for 2 with 3 RBIs after his double that got thrown out at third. Last time around, this time he strikes out, looking at strike 3 go past. Van Mensel now, who's 0 for 2. 1 and 1's the count. He has grounded it towards third base, and that is 2 away. And it can't bring the run across. Kawole now, who is 1 for 1. Can he do it? 2 out. Come on, mate. Second and third. Can he get himself a hit? He walks. He loads the bases. And it's going to come down to Friedendorfer. Can he drive in a run? Loaded bases, 2 out. This is a massive at bat, isn't it? He's 0 for 2 today. 0 and 1's the count. Come on, Friedy. Friedendorfer! It's a grand slam! It's Friedendorfer clearing the bases 424 feet. Over the left field fence. It is 8-0 to the Flamingos, and the Untouchables look very touchable today. Friedendorfer with the grand slam. It is the end of their pitcher. Marcus Harris comes on for them. It's Kinnapin at the plate. 2 out, no one on. Let's see what he can do. We've got 8 runs off 7 hits. And Kinnerpin's got himself a hit as he knows centre field makes a good catch. But we're through 5 and we are 8-0 up against the Untouchables. The Hoff to face Post, who's 0 for 1 today. I think he got walked, didn't he? This time he pops it up. Van Mensel's there, and that should be a simple catch, and that's going to be one away. Yes, it is. All right. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. Mackay comes up to bat now. He's 1 for 2. Full count. And it's a strikeout for the Hoff. 8 strikeouts now for the game. Porter comes up to bat. He's 0 for 2 today. Can we end the innings? Another full count. That's a swinging bunt. Friedendorfer, no, the Hoff tries to get there. He's not going to make the play, and that is a 2-out infield hit with Lewin coming up to bat, who's 1 for 2. 1 and 2's also the count. Come on, Hoff. Sitting down, mate. There it is. Excellent stuff. Excellent stuff. 8-0 as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Can Roshek extend that? He's 1 for 3 today. Roshek, he's hit that well. Is it going to keep... Oh, it's going to keep going. It didn't stop. And Roshek leads off the bottom of the 6th with a home run. 376 feet. It's 9-0. They're very, very touchable today. We're groping them. That's how touchable they are. And it is 1-0 in this innings. 1-0 in this innings. It's 9-0 overall. And it's Drew Campbell to keep it going. Full count. He has grounded at the shortstop. And that will be one away. It's Byron Mills now who's 2 for 2. 1 out, no one on, and that's a strikeout for Mills, unfortunately. And this means Prade comes up with 2 out and no one on. What can he do? A first pitch swing. Prade grounds at the 3rd, over to 1st, and that'll do it for the 6th. But we do extend the lead by 1. It's 9-0 to the Flamingos. And Hoff to continue. He's 106 pitches deep. Obviously, the longer he can go, the less exposed our bullpen is, which is going to help us, of course, for the second game in the series. But that's 10 strikeouts now for Hoff. Evers comes in. Now, are they pity hitting? They've given up. Evers, who is batting .286 this season. 1 and 2 is the count. That's a ground ball to Friedendorfer. Over to first, mate. It's a decent throw, and it's enough to get the out. 2 away. They're giving up. Pinch hitting again. Appelvich, who is .333 batting average of this season, full count, and that's another strikeout, and Hoff gets us through the 7th. We stretch 9-0 up over the Untouchables. No one saw this coming, and we're pity hitting. It's Pape coming into bat. I really don't feel comfortable with our bullpen doing this, but Pape, 1 and 2's the count. Pape strikes out because that's what he does, and that is 1 away. Van Mensel comes in now. He is 0 for 3 today. What can he do? Gets it up the middle. 1 for 4 he is now. Van Mensel with a 1-out single. Excellent, excellent stuff. Who's up next? It's going to be Reichert with pinch hitting again. He comes into bat. He has 94 career hits. Can he get 95? He can. At the 0-2 pitch, and he's ripped it into left field. And that is 2 on with 1 out. And it's Friedendorfer who hit the grand slam, of course, last time around. He has 20 RBIs now for the season. What can he do second time around? Full count. And he watches strike 3. Kinnerpin stays in the game. I thought maybe he might come out for Pape to go into shortstop. He strikes out as well. That'll do it for the 7th. No runs scored. And we go to the 8th, and it's Vindermeyer coming into pitch. He is, I showed you before, doing quite well for us so far. Let's hope he can see this out for us. Latifi, 1 and 1. No one on, no one out, obviously. And a little bit of a word for the start that the Hoff provided us there. 7 innings, 5 hits, no earned runs. That's stunning against the all-star untouchable lineup. But it's a leadoff single. Tega 0 for 3 today to face Vitamia, and that is a strikeout for him. 1 away for the innings. And Sade, I guess you'd pronounce it, batting .333, comes in. 1 and 2's the count. Another strikeout for Vindermeer. He's absolutely killing it, and it's Amake who's 1 for 3. Can we end the 8th? Oh, no, Friedendorfer's there. Over to second. He gets the play, and that'll do it. We are 3 outs away now from beating the not just beating the Untouchables, from battering the Untouchables. Roshek to lead us off. He's 2 for 4 today with a home run, of course, with how he led us off in the last innings, wasn't it? No, the 6th innings. That's a strikeout, though. Fockel comes in to pinch hit. He is only batting .250 this year. He's a player I'm expecting to see a lot more of next year. but he strikes out there as well. And it's Mills Jr. who is 2 for 3 today. 2 out, no one on. Just see if he can clear a fence for me, mate. He cannot, and that should do it for the bottom of the 8th. It does, and we go in now to the 9th. 9-0 up. Surely not even our bullpen can throw this away. In the mirror to face Bendren, who is pinch hitting, batting .222 this season. 1-2 is the count. That is grounded to Friedendorfer at third, over to first, and that is 1 away. Excellent, excellent stuff. So Pape came into play second. It's Lewin who is 1 for 3 today. 1-2's the count. That is grounded towards second base, but it does get through for a 1-out single. Now the big question here, of course, is could we shut out the Untouchables? We're 2 outs away from doing that, and we're at the bottom of their order. Bergman comes up to bat, 0 for 2 today. Come on, Windermeyer. 1-2's the count. That's a strikeout. They are down to their final out. It is Evers who is 0 for 1 today. Can we finish it on a high? It's not going to be a strikeout. It's going to be a ground ball to shortstop, over to first, and we have smashed the Untouchables. Get that up, you Paderborn. That's a performance. Well, we put our star against theirs, and our star definitely shone brighter that day, didn't he? What a performance from Benninghoff. Absolutely stunning stuff. He is, I mean, he's the new Max Proft, isn't he? He might even be better than Max Proft. A stunning, stunning performance. We have a quick look at the standings now. We can see we are 1.5 games back of new leaders, Dortmund Wanderers. It's ridiculously close to the top of the division, isn't it? Was it 1.5 games now between first and fourth? It's going to be a very, very exciting run into the playoffs this year. Let me know what you think in the comments. Can we get there? If we can play like that, I tell you what, we'll go very, very close. Game 2 is going to be interesting. If you want to go onto the Discord, there's a link to that in the description. I'll try and make sure I put up the results as we go through them. That'll be, of course, for tomorrow, being Sunday if you're watching live. But yeah, absolutely, absolutely stunning performance that. But guys, that is it for today. If you have enjoyed that demolition of Paderborn, please do hit thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. And we'll be back next time for... They're the worst 2 teams in the league, so I don't think we have to worry about them. Do we come back for the Wild Farmers or Bonn Capitals? What we might do is we might come back for the Bonn Capitals, and then it might come down to the final series against Dortmund where we might have to show both. We could be going to the playoffs this season. That's how exciting this is. So we'll do that. We'll be back next episode for Game 2 of the Bonn Capitals so we know exactly where we stand. And then it's looking as though for next weekend it might be the last 2 games of the series, assuming everything goes to form here. So that's it for today though, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I've been Aussie Villain. Take care.